I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Alright, let's get straight to the point. I don't usually make drama videos like this. In fact, I try to stay far away from this kind of stuff because I know how toxic and exhausting it can be. But when someone crosses the line this hard, when someone goes out of their way to harass, manipulate, and outright hurt other people while pretending to be a victim, I have to speak up. This isn't just about some petty internet beef. This isn't about some minor disagreement or someone getting their feelings hurt over a dumb argument. This is about someone who has repeatedly, consistently, and shamelessly crossed moral boundaries that should never be crossed. And that person is GreenX. Before I say anything else, I want to make one thing very, very clear. I am not perfect. I have made plenty of mistakes in my past, and I will never pretend otherwise. When I was younger, around 14 years old, I was reckless, immature, and I did and said things that I deeply regret. Back then, in the F2 Games Discord server, I posted dumb, edgy videos of myself smoking just because I thought it was cool at the time. I made sexist remarks. I used slurs without thinking. And honestly, that was just the tip of the iceberg. I was a kid who didn't fully understand the consequences of my actions, and I was too stupid to realize how wrong I was. But here's the difference between me and GreenX. I've grown. I've changed. I've reflected on my past mistakes and actively tried to be a better person. I don't make excuses for my old behavior. I take responsibility for it. I don't try to justify it. I acknowledge that it was wrong. And now that I'm almost 17 years old, I can look back at that period of my life and see it for what it was. A mistake that I have learned from. I've chosen to stay quiet for a long time. I've chosen peace. I've chosen to walk away from conflict instead of engaging in it. But when I see someone who is so unauthentic, so hypocritical, and so disrespectful getting away with everything they've done, I feel like I have no choice but to step in and speak out. And before anyone starts defending GreenX, before anyone tries to say I'm starting drama for no reason, let me make one thing clear. I gave him a chance. I gave him more than enough room to walk away and change. I told him straight up, if you keep harassing people, if you keep being hateful towards religions, if you keep acting like a manipulative piece of shit, I will speak up. I will expose you. At first, he acted tough. He laughed it off. He thought he could intimidate me, or flip it around, or scare me into silence. But when he realized I wasn't bluffing, when he saw I had actual receipts, he panicked. He DM'd me, begged, said if I released the video, he'd call the authorities, that his life would be ruined. And you know what? I agreed to hold off. I said, "Fine, I won't release it, as long as you don't come after me first." That was the deal. I stayed quiet. I held back. But now, after seeing everything, what he's done, what he's said, what he's sent, I realized that deal should have never existed in the first place. I was wrong to let this slide. This is no longer about personal beef. This is bigger. This is about the people he hurt. The people he drove to the edge. The freaky ones, the quiet ones, the ones nobody else defends. So yeah, the deal's broken, because he broke something first, and now it's time everyone sees it. This guy has built up a reputation in the GoreBox community, but not because he's a good content creator or a respectable person. No, he's known for something else entirely. Being a disrespectful, petty, arrogant asshole who can't handle a single ounce of criticism. One of the biggest things about GreenX is his disrespect towards religion. And before anyone gets it twisted, I'm not here to force my beliefs on anyone. If you're an atheist, agnostic, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu, or whatever the hell else, I don't care. Your beliefs are your business. But GreenX? He doesn't just not believe in religion. He goes out of his way to disrespect and insult religious people just because he thinks it makes him look superior or intellectual. And it's not like he just casually says, "I don't believe in God." No, he doubles down every single time someone calls him out, basically convincing himself that all religions are bullshit, and anyone who believes in one is a complete idiot. And then there's his pettiness. This dude got banned from the GoreBox sneak peek server for being a complete asshole. And not just any kind of asshole. He got banned for being racist towards Russians and just generally acting like an entitled prick. And you know what's funny? Instead of taking any responsibility for what happened, instead of admitting that he fucked up, he just got salty and started playing the victim. He acted like the mods were out to get him, like he was wrongfully banned, when in reality, he brought it on himself. A while ago, GreenX actually apologized to me. He admitted that he had been hateful towards religions. He told me that he was taking a break to fix himself and become a better person. And for a moment, I actually believed him. I thought, all right, maybe he's actually trying to change. Maybe he's realized how shitty his actions were and he genuinely wants to become a better person. But I was wrong, because not long after that, a random dude named Jason suddenly appeared and started threatening me. At first, I wasn't completely sure if it was GreenX or not, but then he straight up admitted it. Not only that, but when I checked his mutual friends list, guess who was on there? GreenX. So let me get this straight. This dude apologizes to me, says he's going to fix himself, and then immediately comes back under a different name just to threaten me? If that's not the most pathetic, hypocritical, and cowardly shit I've ever seen, I don't know what is. This guy is a liar. He doesn't change. He doesn't learn from his mistakes. He just hides behind fake accounts, so he can keep being an asshole without facing the consequences. As if one alt account wasn't enough, it turns out there's another one. This time, the account goes by the name Mike. At first, I didn't think much of it. It didn't seem like an obvious GreenX alt. It wasn't throwing around the same kind of shit Jason did. But then, I did some digging, and the more I looked into it, the more things started to click. First, I checked Mike's mutual friends list, and guess who popped up? GreenX. Now, okay, you might be thinking, that doesn't prove anything. Lots of people are friends with GreenX. Yeah, sure, fair point. But then I decided to check Mike's Steam account. At first glance, it looked completely normal, just a random guy with a normal profile. Nothing suspicious. But then, I checked GreenX's Steam account. And that's when everything made sense. Because GreenX and Mike are literally the same account. Yeah, he didn't even try to cover it up. Mike's Steam account is literally the same account GreenX uses. This means that Mike was around before Jason. This was a previous alt, probably one he made to lurk in different places without drawing attention to himself. And get this, Mike was hidden in GreenX's own server, F9 Games, right in plain sight. And not just as a random member, he's literally the owner of the server, right after GreenX. That's right. The guy who tried so hard to hide his identity, who made multiple alts to talk shit and threaten people, had one of his fake accounts sitting in his own server with an owner-level rank. Like, how sloppy can you be? How arrogant do you have to be to think that nobody would eventually put the pieces together? And the funniest part, he still tries to act like he's innocent. At this point, it's undeniable. GreenX has a pattern. He makes fake accounts to manipulate and threaten people. He tries to cover his tracks, but he's too careless to do it properly. And when he gets exposed, he plays the victim and cries about people ruining his life. It's pathetic, it's cowardly, and it's proof that this guy never deserved the respect he had in the first place. This is where the situation stops being funny and starts becoming genuinely disgusting. Because this isn't just about GreenX being a petty little internet troll. This isn't just about him being disrespectful or a hypocrite. This is about him actively encouraging someone to take their own life. Yeah, you heard that right. GreenX told someone to end it all and livestream it for him to watch. Let that sink in for a moment. This isn't some out-of-context joke. This isn't some heated moment. This is a grown-ass person going out of their way to tell another human being to commit suicide and broadcast it. And I have the proof. This wasn't some random anonymous troll. This was on his actual GreenX account. And it doesn't stop there. GreenX had an alt account called Jason, which, as I said before, is 100% him. And guess what he did on that account? He came after me. He started threatening me. He told me to end it all. He made it clear that he was planning to expose me and attack me with whatever personal information he had on me. Now, let's just take a second to think about this. The same guy who cried about being canceled for his religious comments is the same guy who literally told people to kill themselves. And some people still defend him. Some people still say, oh, he has mental health issues, give him a break. Like, bro, this is the same excuse people make for Kanye West. No, fuck that. Having mental health issues doesn't excuse being a piece of shit. Having mental health issues doesn't give you a free pass to tell people to kill themselves. If you're struggling with something, get help. Seek therapy. Talk to someone. Do something productive instead of spreading misery to other people. But GreenX, he knows what he's doing. He chooses to be this way, and that's why he deserves to be held accountable. So after all this went down, after I made it clear that I had proof and that I was willing to expose him, what did GreenX do? Did he apologize? Did he own up to what he did? No. Instead, he panicked. He begged me to delete this video. He told me that if I released it, he would call the authorities and that his life would be ruined. Now tell me, does that sound like someone who's innocent? Does that sound like someone who's telling the truth? No. It sounds like someone who knows he's fucked.
You tired? I'm so fucking tired.
you.